I am Atul Morbade and today is 15th of December 2021 and today we have discussed about the super and final keywords in Java. So Java is a object oriented programming language. Uh, in Java there are 15 keywords. That in one we discuss about the super and final keywords in Java. So now we discuss the final keywords. First, the final keywords is used in different context. First of all, final is a non-access modifiers applicable only to variables, methods or classes. So we discuss the final variables. When a variable is declared with final keywords, its value can't be modified essentially a constant. This also means that you must initialize a final variable if the final variable is a reference. This means that the variable cannot be rebound to reference another object, but the internal state of the object pointed by that reference variable can be changed. That is, you can add or remove elements from the final array or a final collection. It is a good practice to represent final variables in all upper cases using underscore to separate words. Now we discuss the initialization of final variables. We must initialize a final variables, otherwise the compiler will throw a compile time error. A final variable can only be initialized once, either via an initializer or an assignment statement. There are three ways to initialize a final variable. You can initialize a final variable when it is declared. This approach is the most common. A final variable is called a blank final variable if it is not initialized while declaration. Now we discuss the two ways to initialize a blank final variable. A blank final variable can be initialized inside an instance initializer block or inside the constructor. If you have more than one constructor in your classes, then it must be initialized in all of them. Otherwise, a compile time error will be thrown. A blank final static variable can be initialized inside a static block. Now we discuss the final classes. When a class is declared with final keyword, it is called a final class. A final class cannot be extended, that is, cannot be inherited. There are two uses of final classes. First one is dependently to prevent inheritance, as final classes cannot be extended. For example, all wrapper classes like integer, float, etc. are final classes. We cannot extend them. Now the second use of final classes is the uh, other use of final with classes is to create an immutable class like the predefined string class. One can now not make a class immutable without making it final. Now we discuss the final methods. When a method is declared with final keyword, then it is called a final method. A final method cannot be overridden. The object class does this a number of its methods are final. We must declare method with a final keywords for which we are required to follow the same implementation throughout all the derived classes. So now we discuss the next point, super keyword. Super is a reserved keyword in Java, that is we can't use it and use an identifiers. Super is used to refer superclasses, superclass instance as well as static members. Super is also used to invoke superclasses, methods or a constructor. So that is all about the super and final keywords in Java. So thank you for this video.